a reset button.
What reset button? Restart loop.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to PBTV. So we've brought a new variant of a very stable product that we've had before. So this is the Arp556 from G&G. A lot of people have seen this before. It's been around for a long time, but this is what they're calling the VS2. Internally, the same, externally very similar, except it now comes with a polymer receiver. So there is now an option when it comes to metal or polymer. Some people like metal, some people prefer polymer, some people think metal's better, some people think polymer is better. There are pros and cons for both, but we'll go through this. If you're to and froing which one you want, this will be a good video to watch because the features that it has are identical. The only thing that is different is actually the build of the receiver itself is either the G&G plastic or on the original older variant, it is a full metal receiver. On this, the actual rail itself is still metal, exactly the same as the previous one. But yeah, if you've got any questions on it, please drop them down below. We'll flash them up on screen and make sure we get your question answered as soon as possible. So it is a very small platform as well, so this thing's going to be great for CQB. Really good thing for CQB is a tracer unit, so if you wanted to put a Spitfire, a Sound Hog or anything on the front of it, it does have a 40mm counterclockwise thread, so you can just take the plastic flash hider off, stick any device that you want on there and it will fit perfectly. It is slightly recessed into the rail, so make sure anything you are going to put on there is going to fit, but it's plenty big enough for like a tracer unit or all like that. It does come with the standard flip-up sights. Literally, there's no detent or anything like that. You can just flip them up. There's no button or anything. You can just flip them up as and when you need it. The rail itself, front CNC'd metal front rail, has 2 bits of M-lock on the right, left, and bottom. So you can put any M-lock accessories you want on there very simply. And on the top, we have a 20mm bit of rail. 5 Productions on YouTube. Is it really loud? I saw one with the ARP9 and it was super loud. Wasn't sure if it was just this one. So it's not up there with like the Firehawk or anything like that, but the front end that comes on it acts a little bit like a Sound Hog. So rather than being just a normal flash hider, it's almost like a little cone. So it does amplify the sound a little bit. It's nothing like a Firehawk or anything like that, but it is a little bit louder than a standard AEG platform, which is always really cool in CQB if you want to run around and use your scare tactics and everything like that. Having a loud platform is sometimes better than a quiet one. So yeah, so the front rail, M-lock, so you can either attach M-lock devices directly to it or you can attach bits of 20mm rail and just attach any accessory that you want. On the top, we do have 20mm rail that flawlessly melds into the receiver itself that also has 20mm on it. So any optic, holographic, dot sight or anything that you want to put on this will work perfectly. These things do perform really well outdoors as well at range, so I wouldn't worry about it being a super small platform. So if you wanted to put a holographic and a magnifier or anything like that on this, it will look super neat, really tidy little CQB and outdoor platform. So as I was saying, the receiver is polymer on this one, but the controls are mostly left-hand dominant. There are a few ambidextrous controls on it. So the fire selector is on the left, and we've got safe, semi, and full auto. Mag release on the right-hand side here, and there is a mag release on the left, just underneath the bar on the side. The bolt hold open is functional, I believe. It does hold it open slightly, and inside there you will find a rotary style hop unit, which is super easy to adjust, especially when you're on the field. It's got plenty of little knurlings on it, so even with gloves on, you're going to be able to adjust your hop on the fly, however you need it, up or down, and make sure that BB flies nice and straight. The actual charging handle itself is a butterfly one, so you can grab it either side. So again, that's a slight ambidextrous control to it. And the mag is slightly different to the standard metal version. So the standard metal version came with a normal metal Stanag style mag. This comes with the G&G PMag style. So this is their own take on the PMag. It's got ergonomic bits on the front in case you're wanting to use it as a little bit of a grip. But this is a 300 round high cap. Simply filled in the top, slide the door open, pour BBs in, wind it at the bottom, and you are good to go. 300 BBs, you're going to be absolutely perfect getting this and starting airsoft. If you're not wanting to budget in for loads of mags, mid caps or anything like that, just use the mag that comes with it. It's 300 rounds is plenty for loads of games, and how easy they are to throw more BBs in. You can just open it up, pour them in, and you can do that in game. Just have a pouch with a bottle of BBs or a bag of BBs, and you are good to go. The stock, so they call this the GOS V5. This is the same stock that's on the older metal version. Pressing the button at the bottom, and you can pull it out into various different slots, and it locks in place. So the lever underneath here is how you do that, and this is how you get to your battery compartment as well. You can buy battery extenders, so you can make it a little bit longer if you want more battery space. Just be aware that if you put the battery extenders on, you will not be able to collapse the stock. You'll only be able to do that if you remove them. It's totally fine if your stock's going to be out whilst you're in game, so you might as well, if you've got the space to put the battery, you need a bigger battery to play longer, it's perfectly fine to do. Leave the cap in your case, put the extender on, and you're good to go. Sam on YouTube, would you choose this over the 9mm variant? I think it comes down to, like, again, the M4 platform has been around for a long, long time. I do quite like the sort of PCCs, the sort of pistol caliber carbines and everything like that, but the long mags make it a little bit more difficult if you're running mags on the front of a plate carrier or anything like that. They can be a bit more awkward to get out. I prefer the sort of stubby, more compact M4 mags, but you can fit more 9mm mags on a plate carrier, if that makes sense. So if you're wanting to run mids, you can run more 9mm on your chest rather than the M4s, but the M4s are easier to get out of a plate carrier. So for that, I'd probably go for the M4 one, but I do understand why people like the 9mm one. It does look very, very, very cool. So as I was saying, you can collapse the stock away and just run it as is. If you're in a CQB site, this thing will slice the pie very, very nicely. You'll be able to cut through doors and speed around with the best of them. But internally, it has got the same gearbox as the older version, and it does have the G&G MOSFET in there. So if you were to flick this around to semi-auto, you pull the trigger and you hold it for about 10 seconds. If you're looking into the back where the MOSFET is, a small red light will flash, and what that does, it turns your full auto into 3-round burst, and you can swap that as and where you see fit. So if you are running that single mag and you want to conserve ammo a little bit, but full auto might burn through your ammo a little bit too quick, 3-round burst is a very, very good alternative to that. It puts 3 rounds in the air, and it's not an overshoot, or you can be a bit more conservative with your ammo count. Again, you repeat the process if you want to turn it from 3-round burst back into full auto. Very, very easy to do, and you can do it on the fly. You can do it in game. If you think you're about to run out of ammo and you just want to conserve a little bit more, just set your 3-round burst and you'll be good to go. So this thing does have a 128mm inner barrel. I've not checked whether or not it is a Type bore, unfortunately, but the barrels that come in the G&G are absolutely incredible. The build quality of G&Gs has sort of been proven by sites using them as their rentals, and these are the sort of higher level of them. So they have a few more tricks, a few more bells and whistles, so they are going to last a long, long time. And as I was saying, CQB wise, I mean, this thing collapsed like this is about 50 centimeters, so it is a tiny, tiny platform, and even fully stock, fully out, it is only about 60 centimeters. So anyone join us, I'll do a quick overview of its main features, and we'll leave it at that. So I was saying it's got the 14mm counterclockwise thread, so you can put your tracer units on and have a load of fun with glow-in-the-dark BBs, firing green or red lasers everywhere. 5-inch M-LOK front rail. You've got M-LOK on the right, left and bottom, and 20mm rail on the top. The 20mm rail links flawlessly into the receiver. As I was saying, people that have seen the 556 before, this is the V2S version, which means it has a polymer receiver. The difference between the metal and the polymer one, Very, very little. Obviously, the receiver is different. Internally, everything's the same, but there's almost a 400 gram, nearly half a kilo in weight difference. So this thing comes in at around 2 kilos. The old metal one was about 2.4, give or take a few grams. So it is considerably lighter. If you wanted to run around CQB or outdoors with this thing and be as fast as possible, saving a bit of weight is always a good thing. Control-wise, pulling the charging handle back, we'll find the rotary hop. Very, very easy to adjust, even on the fly, with gloves on, in-game, absolutely perfect. Fire selector, safe, semi and full auto, and it is also how you control the MOSFET. On semi-auto, you hold the trigger for 10 seconds, a little light will flash in the back, and it changes your full auto into 3-round burst. Mag release on both sides. You have one just where my finger is there, and you have one matching on the other side. Allows you to release the 300-round G&G style PMag. This is, again, a slight difference from the original 556. The original one had a normal Stanag mag. This has gone with the PMag style. GOS V5 stock. Collapsing PDW style stock, just really, really cool for CQB, but you can get battery extenders. A lot of people look at these and think there's not enough battery space in there for a full game. G&Gs are very, very good with their battery consumption, so you are going to get plenty of rounds out of this on a battery, but if you are wanting a bigger battery, there are battery extenders. But if that is everything, this has been the G&G Arp556 V2S, so this is the plastic bodied variant. They've done this with various others of their platforms, and now they've finally done it with this. So you've now got multiple choices between 556, PCC, so if you want the 9mm variant, metal and plastic version of this one, so you've just got that choice of getting the exact platform you want, whether or not it be for CQB or outdoors. But I do think these are very, very cool. They'll be available very, very soon as well. So if that's everything today, we'll be back again tomorrow about 4 p.m. Until then, I'll see you in a bit. Bye.